Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Word on the Street.
Okay.
You know, we've got the details and the twists and the turns, and we are going inside into the things that really matter. So, yeah, buckle up.
Okay.
All
we're
right,
ready.
Charlie, first off, you know, we've been talking about driving safe and this and that on the road because of the accidents that we've been having.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, another one of our stars has had an accident like over the weekend, but it wasn't too bad. So thank God.
An accident
yes,
is an accident.
An accident is an accident. At least like no life was lost. And
Okay.
it was just a fender bender. Now, Strongman got into a fender bender this weekend all the way in Mampong. A truck came and like hit him from the back, and his bumper fell off and everything, and he was holding his light. Like there's a video where he's holding his tail lights that has fallen off and everything, and he looks very upset. Yeah,
I would be upset. But
it
why?
would
What
be
happened? Was
upsetting.
there a brake failure from the trotro driver's part or something?
Truck drivers.
You see, I'm teaching you guys auto tips every day on the show. You're not learning.
Charlie.
How? Wait, was he packed? Were they?
He was
What
packed,
it?
and the guy came from behind him and just
So it's not like it was a moving traffic or whatever. He was parked by the side of the road.
Yes, he's parked by the side of the road.
How?
So we are waiting to hear from the truck driver because it doesn't make sense. Whether his brake failed or someone was coming to cross him and he
so he
decided,
veered off.
he veered off. We are not sure exactly what happened, but we're grateful that the he's okay. At least he's not hurt.
So no fatalities.
No fatalities this time. So we thank God for that.
But honestly, so we last month
Mm-hmm.
when the accidents were rampant,
Yeah.
we started the campaign,
Yes,
the
the
road
campaign,
safety
yeah.
campaign, in addition to our auto tips.
Mm-hmm.
And we said that, you know what, we have to drive as though we are the only sane
Charlie.
people on the road. Because honestly, how do you explain this, that you're parked on the side of the road?
Mm-hmm.
And someone hits you from behind, damaging your car in the process. And right now, we don't even know what the cause is. Was the driver
Yes.
sleeping? Was he drunk driving? Was it day or night?
Day, actually. It was a day thing.
No.
So we're hoping to hear more.
These things. That's why I always say that when you go out and you come back safely,
Hey.
it's God's grace.
Really, oh.
Because it's just like the pedestrians who are on the road and have no business in the middle of the road, but standing by the side of the road somewhere minding their business, getting run over by careless drivers and reckless drivers and all of that. And this is a clear example of the fact that you can't be too careful on the roads
Road
of Ghana. I can't even say Accra because this happened in Mampong, Kumasi,
Yes.
Ashanti Mampong, is it?
No, Mampong, here.
Mampong,
Here.
here.
Yes, that's how it was pronounced. That's what. Yes, so Mampong.
I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the Ashanti region.
Yeah.
Because the Eastern region Mampong is not here. It's So, see, people, and even as a driver, right now, especially as we don't know exactly what happened, or do we know?
No, we don't know
right,
exactly.
so we
what
can't even
happened.
condemn the trotro driver too much, but we know that in this country, trotro drivers, they act as though the road belongs to them. Trotro drivers and truck drivers, they act as though the road was only made for them, so they do just about anything. But again, it can even be that maybe in this instance, a tricycle, the aboboyas, or even a motorbike could have caused that accident, caused the driver to have, in his quest to prevent crashing into them, crashed into a parked vehicle that happened to be Strongman, you know. And I feel that these things happen like every day, because of who is involved, that's how come we hear about it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very grateful to God that there were no casualties.
I am super grateful because honestly, I don't think we can take it like this.
No, too much.
The new, the other half of the year, like let it be good. The bad ones have come.
I know, right?
Let the good ones come and stay. Like this from this time all the way to December, no bad news.
Ekana driver nebe but obefanisa. At least a year can so
better. That's true.
We just have to be extra vigilant on the roads. As a pedestrian, as a hawker, as a driver, as a passenger, anything and everything. Yesterday I came across a post on Instagram of a young man who has lost a leg. And I'm not sure it was Ghana. I'm sure it's one of the African countries. And he told his story. It was captioned in it was summarized or briefed in the caption. And he said that he was at work. He's a factory worker. And he got a call that said that his wife had delivered. That was their first child. And so he was super excited to go see his wife and the baby. So he takes permission from his boss. He moves, and even when he was leaving, his boss actually gave him some money to buy something for the wife and the baby. And all his friends were celebrating. His colleagues were celebrating with him before he left. Now he gets to the roadside, waited about 12 minutes, no vehicle. Another comes, he gets into it. And the reason I say that it would not be Ghana, because he said it was a taxi, but there were already 5 people in the car. Okay. No Ghanaian taxi would take 5.
I think
so I'm sure it would be
South Africa too. They call their bus like taxis.
Okay.
As well,
so he says he joins, and now he realizes that the driver was speeding. And he's telling him to stop speeding and that they were not in a hurry to go anywhere. But nobody in the car was adding their voice to it. So it was just him. And then after a while, after complaining continuously, he said a third time, the driver started hailing insults at him and telling him that he's not the one to teach him how to drive. He's been driving for years. You know how they do. So he said less than 5 minutes after that, there was a crash, and he saw nothing. He woke up in the hospital. He couldn't feel his legs. Then he asked, and he's told that he's lost a leg. And he's clearly, he was upset. It was upsetting. So he is going on and on about it, and they are even comforting him, telling him that he's lucky because he was the only survivor in the crash.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so imagine if everybody in the car had equally added their voice and told the driver, you know what? Stop driving fast, or better still, just park and let me alight. Let me come off. If you want to go kill yourself, that's okay. But in this country, the moment you even talk about the driver speeding and everything, people are looking at you with their third eye, thinking you're a witch or some sort, or you carry some bad omen or something. True. We have to stop, because these things happen in a split of a second. It will claim a life, and you will not even know how to explain it, because you'll be lucky if you're given a second chance at life. So see something, say something. It applies in every part of our life.
Yeah, it really does. Because look, wow. And the fact that he was the only one that survived.
And he said that sometimes he feels sad about his leg and everything, but then he realizes that God didn't take his life, so probably there's a reason for it, and so he just encourages himself with that. But honestly, let's be each other's keeper on the road. If you leave drivers, they will do anything, because at the end of the day, they want to make. Sometimes they even want to overpack. You see some of these church, and instead of taking 3, they are taking about 4. You see the people clamped in the car, and you realize that they are uncomfortable, but they just want to get to their destinations, and for the fear of being asked to come out of the car and maybe not getting another vehicle, so they just keep quiet. And it's not wise. It's not right.
Another thing that the church people do. Tell me. When the buses come down, apparently the spaces between the buses are not as wide. They are actually wider where you can fit your leg. But then our people are always trying to make more money, and so they move the chairs and they fabricate new chairs and add them to the row. And so when you are sitting down, if you have long legs, you have problems. Like you're squished, your feet can't listen.
That's what happens.
Yes, that's what happens. Let's
just be extra vigilant.
It's so sad.
Let's just be extra vigilant, because we are losing lives. We are losing lives, and we are losing some, not necessarily lives. Some some lose their lives. Other people are rendered disabled. And you know how this country treats disabled people. And I always say this: the person that you're looking down on the street and calling lazy whatsoever could have been just like you, but for a careless driver who did that to him. So let's be mindful.
That's very true. Let's be mindful.
If drivers won't listen, maybe you can. And so I would always be fighting with Uber drivers. When I realize that, see, you have an attitude, I'm not even riding with you in the first place. I won't even start. So sometimes they'll call you and ask where you're going. If you have an attitude, you sound real. I'm like, boss, if I sit in your car, we might end up fighting. So you know what? Let me just end it.
And then
it doesn't have to be polite. So if you have,
all.
everybody has problems. I'm not the cause of your problem.
Exactly.
So if already you are upset, who knows? You know these meme where they say you're in a car with someone and then they are speeding and they say that, bro, I loved her. You know that's the end of your life because he's ready to, bro, you can't be frustrated and come and pick me. Nah, bro, I'm not riding with you.
I've seen those memes. They are so funny when
I'll
you're riding in a car.
with you.
Bro, I loved her, you know.
And he's speeding. He's going at 180. You're holding on to everything, bro. Your life don't end with that.
Lessons like, don't let a broken heart person drive your car. Anyway,
Frustrated people
Charlie,
everywhere.
Still on the accident steez.
There's another?
No, there's no other.
Okay.
We're going all the way into the past to Gwen. You know, Lil Wayne's accident that happened recently, you know, where he lost the boy in Simpi. Anyway, so a video has come out of him with Kweku Flick, and where he's singing in the hospital from his hospital bed with his neck brace on, and he does a verse in the hospital. Anyway,
Why? What's funny?
Charlie, I don't. So he's on the hospital bed. He's singing. So it's like a mobile studio setup. It's a mobile studio setup, and then they record this thing. You're recording the song. Now they put the mic to his face, and then, you know, like an orderly comes and helps him up, and he sings his verse and everything. And then some people are like, yeah, you know, kudos, you know, you're doing well, you beat this case, blah blah blah. And the title of the song is Asada, so it's like a Thanksgiving song. However, now netizens have taken a problem or have a problem with a song and every other thing. They feel like from the hospital bed, really, it be settings, you know?
Oh, really?
Like, are you for real? You know, some people also say, like, the wedding in his song, because in his verse at a point, he's like, Akanipa and Kameu. And we were like, Akanipa is saying, because and any panic catcher will say far wrongly, you know, and you know, yes.
Can Ghanaians actually take a chill pill at this point?
At this point,
people have sung songs, and we say that songs or people express themselves through music. So if he's seen a thing or two, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's about what people feel or about that particular incident. It could be that in the industry or even in his family, he feels that's how people feel about him or wish for him. So if he is channeling that into his music, can we just give him a break?
Can we? But you know how people are. You know, Charlie, some people, when they come out and they step on your neck, they won't want to let go.
No, please.
Yeah,
like I have sat here and I have said that his team and himself didn't do well. Especially as after the incident, they did not go to the family of the child. Just to go grieve with them, you know, or even find out what the plan was until it had come out into the public domain and people were saying everything. You remember I said that,
yes,
and I have always said that, or I've stuck to the fact that if they had done that, or if an elder or even one person from their team had gone to the family, all these things we wouldn't have heard about a whole lot of them. But then mistakes happens, things happen, we learn from them, and then we get better and move on. So now if the person is just trying to stay grateful, and we know that he is also an artist, he has some songs out there as well, so if he wants to thank God through music, why can't we just allow him? He wouldn't be the first artist to record a song or a verse in his hospital bed or in the hospital or in a situation. But again, I know that people will say that, oh, it's sympathy. You don't have to sympathize with him if you don't feel like.
People feel like he's shopping for sympathy, and
don't
he's
sympathize
victimizing
with
himself.
him if you don't feel like. But let people be themselves and allow people to speak their truth. That's all I'm saying.
Also, there's also another video with the same Lil Wayne. He's been healed. Because just Sunday, there's a viral video where he's standing in the front of his church, and, you know, his pastor puts his hand on him and he prays for him, and he's like, take it off, you know, you're free. Wow. And he takes off the neck brace, and, you know, he flexes his neck and people are like, you know.
God is still in the miracle business.
God is still in the miracle business. But a lot of people don't seem to, like, buy the idea. I don't know what Lil Wayne has done to some people, but like, oh, you say yeah, boy, oh, you say yeah, boy. Everything he does,
honestly,
really.
if you ask me, I'll say Kojo should just lay low for a while.
I think he should.
That's
I
just
honestly
me.
think he should.
That's just me because, and you see, they always say that there's a very thin line between love and hate.
Yes.
The whole of Ghana celebrated and loved this gentleman from years back up until the incident, but because of one mistake, you know. So maybe you just take a break, and while you're learning your lessons and everything, you just lay low for a while, and then when you come out, and also his PR, was it?
Yes.
The PR gentleman, he didn't do a good job at all representing him, and so that alone also added up to the whole thing. And so I'm just thinking maybe he should just allow himself properly to heal and stay off social media for a bit,
for a while.
if you ask me. That's just what I would say. Let people, and do right by the family of the child. If they need to deal with it quietly off of social media, don't even try to bring it out. If the family of the young boy would want to come and tell people that maybe you've come back to do the right thing and they forgive you, and that's okay, but his team and himself, they should just take a break, and then he should just focus on getting better, and also probably putting out some good music. But if you'd ask me, I'll just say he should take a break, because he's been through
something
through a lot.
He actually needs
serious
the break.
and critical over the past months, and he needs to just properly heal and get over everything. That's just my opinion.
That's true.
That's just what
and
I
sometimes the best healing is done when you're by yourself, without the eyes, because whether you like it or not, people looking at you, and when you look at the negative comments coming out, these are people who really don't like you. And for your healing, you don't even need this kind of thing. So just stay away from all of it. I understand that, you know, he's a star and this is how he makes money and stays relevant, but at this point you really don't need this. You have the talent to stay relevant whenever you decide to come back out. So take a chill pill and then come back when you're ready. And
but Ghanaians should just give him a break. Like,
I pray they do.
Please.
I pray they do.
Please.
I honestly pray they do.
We are not happy about the fact that a very young life was cut short because of one's negligence, but we can't be too hard on him as well. Or Bowa hate or Tnasia. Like, come on, it could have been you.
It could have been
anybody. Would you want people coming at you like that for an honest mistake that you did not intend to
make?
Let's just cut people some slack sometimes.
Oh well.
Anyway.
All right. So we are cutting people slack. Anyways. So Charlie, people, you know, last week I mentioned something about payments. Now, this week again, we have another comment on payment, or another story on payments.
Okay.
And in Simpi. Anyway, so this Nigerian filmmaker, music director, has come out to say Shatawale is owing him.
Oh. Which
Shatawale? Charles Nyama. Shatawale. The whole Shatta. Because Shatta is big. You know, we know Shatta get money. Like, this is not something we can even argue about, because even if you don't know, Shatta will tell you he has money. We know, say, the money there. Because even in his new song...
How does Shatta own him?
Because he directed some videos for Shatta, and Shatta hasn't made payments. Now, apparently, he has shot about 13 videos for Shatta. So this has been a long-standing relationship. Now, even the last one that was released about 10 days ago, Killer Jimmy, he's the one who also shot that. Okay. And so he's asking for the money for that. But then he said, from his video, he was saying that apparently it's a thing with Shatta, because way back when he was in school, because he did school in Ghana here, at a point, you know, Shatta wanted him to shoot a video, and he came out. Video director? Sir Choppinson.
Okay.
Sir Choppinson. So yeah, Sire.
Okay.
So he's been shooting videos, even the one that Beyonce saw and was like, you know, I actually want this man. So he's been doing the job, and apparently he's been doing it very well. But then at a point he said that, you know, Shatta, he he used his school fees and part of his rent to go and buy equipment, cameras, and this and that, and he used it for Shatter's video. But that one too, it took a long time before Shatter actually paid him. Now the question here is, if you know, or if you have had this history with Shatter, when they call you, why do you keep going back?
Where was he actually going, Mama? Like, how can you tell me the story? Say, because last week we spoke about the macho money. Yeah, I'm like, some of these things. But you are saying that it has happened for the macho man. We could actually spare him and say that, you know what?
It hasn't happened before.
It was his first time. And he thought that it would go well. Investment going wrong. Charlie. But you've done it before and you're saying that you've used your fees to fund a video for him and he didn't pay.
He said that when he went for the money, he stood outside Shatter's gate for about 4 hours.
So why would you do it again?
And that he had to even go without writing his exams, and that he kept it cool because even if he has spoken about it, his parents would have been so disappointed because they had sent the money from Nigeria. Why did you go again?
Why did he do it again?
Why? Maybe
he wants to tell us that Shatter shafted him.
And he said, when he's been calling Shatter's manager and Shatter himself, they've been tossing him to their next say or next say. And then at a point, even Shatter started getting angry. And he's like, all right, like, why are you getting angry over my money? Like, I have done the job. This is the job. Like, give me my money.
Why do I feel like this is maybe a publicity stunt? Because Shatter Wale, I'm not saying that Shatter cannot owe, but I know that he does so well to make sure that, like, it never be saying no fine, no.
Chale.
You get
exactly.
And so for you to come and tell me that he's been doing it to you over the years, but you have still gone back to it. Come on now.
Why do you keep going back? Did you not learn? Did you not see anything? Once bitten, twice shy.
Maybe they just want to play with us.
Now, 4 days ago, Shatter actually put up on his Facebook page, and he said, if Killer Jimmy no stay #1 on platforms for 1 month, then guys, forget me and shooting videos. The music for Ghana self expires, so what's the stress? Inti Wainti Obia say, are you sure that is not
every
sentence. If you are cross sentence.
But you know what would be sad? That and this gentleman is actually crying because of the record and how these industry players play. We are like, you know what? Nobody's even going to bother because we know that it's a stunt. You guys just want to play with us to make sure that the video
stays trending.
The work of art actually makes it to the top.
Yeah.
And so you just want to use us.
That could be true. That could be true too.
But what if it's not?
But what if it's not too? Because he said Shatter said you go and call another director, and that director charges more than him. So the thing is, if the money day, because even in Shatter's new song, he's like, the money go, the money come, the money day. So if the money day, why? I think it's not the car. Why are you?
I'm not sure it's audio money Shatter has.
I don't think it's audio money.
No,
I think Shatter actually has a lot of money.
Yeah. You know what? If we play, then they play plus.
But if you know we play,
send a no because how can you tell me the story? Say this person has been doing this to you over and over, unless of course you're also saying that, you know what, whether he pays me or not, I am putting this out there. You know, in this media space, you do a lot of free gigs. Like I said the last time. And so sometimes you just have to psych yourself and know that you're doing this. Sometimes you can even be employed and you're literally not being paid. But you just have to build your brand. So you use that opportunity to bring
to
build your brand and build your portfolio.
Yeah.
That's just it. So unless of course he told himself that, you know what, let me try again. Maybe he will pay me. And even if he doesn't pay me, then that's okay. I would still be building a portfolio for myself. That's okay.
That's true.
But if you tell me that this person, the same individual, it's not like someone came to call you and fronted it, and then later you found out it was for the same person who's been playing you over the period.
The thing is, Shatter is the one who even called him. It wasn't as if management. The same Shatter called you.
So you see, why didn't you take at least the backlog of what he owes you before you even start a new project? A new one. You still go ahead to use your money to fund it, and you want me to believe you.
Or why didn't you even tell him that, okay, since you really love my body of work so much, pay up front? pay front
tell
before
me
I
the
come. So
story.
what's like is the heads and
They should
tails?
try.
like,
And Shatta hasn't responded. Sammy Flex hasn't.
true
They
to
still
his-
have nobody.
no, which is
Oh,
shocking because
fine,
Shatta
fine.
and pam 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 by now.
Shatta respond. Can I see? Oh, you don't have
Okay,
it
I do actually have
on his.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's take a look at that. But honestly, this one there, I'm not sure what this is about. Charles Niyama.
Yeah.
How can you tell me this? Like, honestly, let's be serious. Let's be serious.
He has shot a lot of videos. He has shot, yeah.
Even like 2 months ago. So I'm totally in support with what Oforiwa is saying.
You think so? If be settings,
Settings.
if be settings, okay. If it be settings, more that one day. If it be really, if it be settings.
Which one is the response?
No, he hasn't responded. That one, I think,
about the negativity that people
yeah,
are talking
in
about.
people's, yeah.
Yeah.
But this one is not an address or a response to
At
the
all,
claims
no.
of the gentleman. So I'm
No.
not sure. I'm you know how they do. You know how
Yeah.
these industry players are. They play with our minds here and there. So yeah, maybe it's one of those gimmicks. But if it's not, sadly, then that's what I'm saying. So if you worked for him 2 months ago, he didn't pay you, and he called you 10 days ago, and he still come and do the same thing for
Like,
him,
why they
and still fund Abba.
Why?
Are you an NGO?
Oh.
Is he an NGO?
Yeah.
You can't tell me this.
Charlie.
No, I'm not buying
But
it.
then, Charlie, I think anyway, if it is, and you
It's a non-governmental organization. Per profit.
in Zambia.
Ejuma be oya me bank ahwa mehwe no.
Charlie.
Unua.
Why?
Nyengozi. Your friends say. Unua be ma. Ejuma why
Chopping no people.
He has to, anyway. Let me just keep my comment.
All right, that's all I have for Word on the Street today.
All right, Ngozi. Thank you.